In mid-2025, the city of London reverberates with the cries of thousands of ARMY when Jin, the oldest member of the legendary boy group BTS, performs in a solo concert titled RunSeokjin EP Tour. Concert, which was held at the O2 Arena, became one of the most emotional performances in Jin's career. Not only because this was his first solo tour after completing his military service in South Korea, but because the overwhelming welcome given by his fans made Jin speechless, burst into tears and utter words that will be remembered forever. "This is too beautiful!" Jin's return to the international stage. After serving 18 months of military service and completing it in mid-2024, Jin did not immediately return to the entertainment world. He took time to prepare his solo musical works. At the end of 2024, he released the album Happy, followed by the mini-album Echo in May 2025. Both releases showcase a more personal and emotional side of Jin's music, with lyrics that depict longing, self-reflection, and gratitude to fans. This solo tour became a big comeback moment for Jin individually. And when he arrived in London, a city known for hosting one of BTS's most emotional concerts in the past, Wembley 2019, high expectations were raised. But no one expected that the night would be as beautiful and fresh, even for the genie herself. The O2 Arena, a sea of purple and happy tears. From the early hours before the concert began, thousands of ARMY already filled the area around the arena. They carried BTS, ARMY Bomb lightsticks, wore official merchandise, and unfurled banners with various messages of support. Some of them even came from other countries in Europe and were willing to fly to London to see Jin in person after more than 2 years of waiting. As the concert begins and Jin appears on stage performing the opening song from her album, I'll Be There, the crowd's screams are deafening. But the atmosphere turned very emotional when the whole arena together sang the chorus of the song without music, and Jin just stood silently listening. His eyes began to glaze over, and after a pause of a few seconds, he spoke softly. "It's too beautiful." Those words were immediately met with a roar of applause and cheers. But at the same time, the atmosphere becomes very touching. Jin seemed to be trying hard to hold back his tears. He bowed deeply and said, "Thank you. I will never forget this night." Wembley memories and moments of déjà vu. For many soldiers, especially those who have been following BTS for a long time, this moment is reminiscent of a similar incident when BTS performed at Wembley Stadium in 2019. That time, ARMY surprised BTS by singing the song Young Forever together, making Jin cry on stage. Now, 6 years later in the same city, Jin is again experiencing an almost identical moment, but this time as a solo artist. This confirms that the emotional relationship between BTS and its individual members and ARMY is not just a fan-idol relationship, but a relationship that supports each other emotionally and spiritually. Emotional concert and ARMY involvement. The set list of the Jin concert in London was filled with songs rich in meaning and flavor. He brought Abyss, Epiphany, heartbreaking piano version, Super Tuna with an EDM remix version that shocked the audience, Astronaut, Running Wild, Moon, dedicated to the ARMY. Each song was met with great enthusiasm. But the most touching part was when Jin sat on the edge of the stage and spoke directly to ARMY. In Korean, which was then translated on the big screen, he said, "I was scared. Afraid no one will come. I'm afraid you've forgotten. But tonight you prove that this love is real. Thank you for waiting for me." The ARMY responded by shouting, "We love you, Jin!" in unison. On the LED screen, fan art visuals from around the world compiled by the creative team appeared, a surprise that even made Jin fall silent and hug his chest with both hands. Banners, fan projects, and ARMY surprises. ARMY London did not come empty-handed. They have prepared various projects for this concert, including the banner read, "Our Moon is Back," singing Moon in the middle of a concert. Lightstick sync wave creates a visual effect like a sea of purple stars sweeping the arena. Video project, Letters to Seokjin, compilation of messages from international fans. A greeting from the Jin family played at the end of the encore, making the atmosphere even more emotional. All these surprises made the concert feel more like a big family reunion than a regular performance. Media reaction and public comment. The next day, British and Korean media highlighted this concert with headlines such as Jin's London stage, a purple ocean of tears and love. Emotional return of BTS's Jin leaves ARMY in tears. He said it's too beautiful, and it truly was. The articles mentioned how Jin managed to show her humanist and emotional side without the need for a lot of visual effects or heavy dancing. Enough with voices, words, and sincere connections with fans. Even some music critics who were previously skeptical of the K-pop idol's solo performance admitted that Jin's concert presented a touching and unforgettable atmosphere. ARMY impressions, more than a concert. Many soldiers who attended that night admitted that the experience was more like a healing session than a show. A fan from Scotland wrote on X, Twitter, "Jin made me cry, laugh, and reflect all in one night. It felt like he saw each of us in that crowd." While fans from Germany who first saw Jin in person said, "I flew across Europe for this, and it was worth every second. I've never seen an artist so genuine and heartfelt. A message that will never be forgotten." The end of the concert, Jin uttered a simple message that made many people cry. "If you love me this way, I will continue to sing, even if only for one person." With a hoarse voice and a smile full of gratitude, Jin waved for the last time that night. And when the lights went out, the O2 was still filled with singing fans who refused to move. Live broadcasts and virtual hugs. During the live stream, Jin invites ARMY to do a spontaneous Q&A session. Many fans asked, "Why in London?" And he answered, "Because ARMYs around the world, especially here, you waited for me. London was a promise." He also gave the opportunity for dozens of ARMY in between concerts to do a quick video call directly with him, convert that moment into a virtual hug that made him cry again gratefully. Haru's words from Seokjin. In a live stream held on the sidelines of the event, Jin revealed, "I tried to hold it in, but your cheers, your banners, your presence made me cry instantly. London ARMY, thank you all." He later admitted that he was afraid that he could not control his emotions, but seeing the ARMY directly under the British sky made him feel personally appreciated. Meaning of "Thank you, ARMY." His mattress sentence was not just an ordinary greeting, it was an expression of deep relief, gratitude, and happiness. Through serving for 18 months and keeping BTS's lineup intact on the side of the band, influencers, and global spirit, Jin is back with a more mature persona. He wanted to return that love with action, show his face, his voice, and all his musical efforts back directly to the ARMY. And London became the first stage of the round. Hopes and promises. In a live stream closing the London tour event, Jin delivered, "These tears, these hugs, they're just the start. I'll keep going album, show love. For you, ARMY. Thank you." And since then, RunSeokjin_, the tour is a milestone that not only offers music but also embodies the emotional bond between Jin and fans, with the London track record to be remembered as a turning point and a true declaration of love. ARMY and Jin back together. Conclusion: a love that continues to shine. That evening, in the city of London, not only concerts took place, but a small history in the relationship between Jin and ARMY was created. A relationship that cannot be explained only by album sales figures or the number of concert-goers. The relationship lives on in every cry, smile, and remark like, "This is too beautiful." Jin isn't just returning as a solo artist. He returned as a friend, brother, and part of a large family called the ARMY. And as he said that night, "I will continue to sing because you are too beautiful to forget."